Hey guys, James here again. Now you may have noticed over the past couple of weeks, over the month or so, the videos have been kind of slowing down. A couple of reasons for that is, the main one really is I've been struggling to get out, obviously work and all the rest of it. You guys know as well as anybody else does, it's hard to find free time. The second reason is obviously working day in, day out as a marksman. I use my air rifle all the time. On the weekends you just don't want to shoot an air gun. It just gets really, it's something about it's almost like you're practicing for work on the weekend and it all just gets a little bit weird. So I've lost the spark, so to speak. I've been struggling to find it as much. So I've done something a little bit different. And I've invested in a new rifle. Now it's still 17 caliber, but this one here is a 17 HMR. So what I thought I'd do is, rather than doing a big long range kind of shenanigans video where I'm knocking over targets with sub 1250 yards or exit 100 or whatever, it's just going to be a normal afternoon plinking. Now the keen eye of you may have noticed on the front of the barrel there, there's no moderator, which for a 17 HMR it does create quite a crack. So I will be using my old Peltors just to save my hearing really, and we won't be firing a massive amount of rounds because obviously being unsuppressed I don't want to annoy, well, there's nobody around, but I know the sound's going to travel. We've already had the police come out once this weekend, that was yesterday. Probably the nicest people I think I've ever had the chance to sit and talk to. They weren't called out to us, they were just driving around, heard the gunshots and thought, oh, I wonder what that is. So they came and had a chat, we talked about all sorts, and then they shook our hands and off they went. So I don't want to give them any more reason to come back out. They were special constables, they'd be much rather kind of not running around after people like me. So what we've done is I've set a target out at 200 yards. Now I've always wanted to hit a target at 200 yards. Coming from an air gun thing, that's the big thing. So I'm going to be running, obviously, my CZ455 that you see behind me here. It's a really, really nice rifle. It's brand new to me, so it's got a fluted barrel, thumb hold stock, bolt action. Yeah, it's an absolute stunner. It's topped off with a Hawk Sidewinder, as you probably would have guessed off all of my rifles. And I'm going to be running today 17 grain Hornady VMAX. Now this is kind of the original, obviously, HMR, Hornady Magnum rimfire. This is Hornady's caliber. And so far, that's the one that's grouped the best. So what we're going to do is, let's have a little bit of fun. Okay, so what I've noticed is obviously with the wind, the way the wind's coming across, I'm having to aim off half a mil dot to the right to compensate for that left-handed wind. But yeah, as you may have been able to hear, hopefully, once it is connecting with the plate, it's making quite a satisfying sort of bang, which is, good to see. So anyway, let's reload, let's continue having a bit of fun. So as you'll see, got quite a sort of decent selection of rounds at the moment, but what we have been using is the 17 grain Hornady VMAX. Now these are the ones I've had the best results with. So yeah, we're keeping using these. The 20 grain CCIs that you can just see here, they grouped within sort of an inch, but it still wasn't quite the accuracy we were looking for. The Winchesters that you can also see here, again, another really, really good round there. So there's 5 rounds there. In fact, we'll show you some of the 20 grain, show you what they're grouping like. So we'll load 5 of these up in the little magazines. And the magazines are plastic, which I can't say I was overly impressed with. I know the 452 they do metal mags for, and I would have preferred that because I was worried about the feed lips on the top here, but pushing it in and then back, I'm hoping that should save it. Now it's worth noting the horn of these are ballistic tips. You can see the red tips there. These ones here are just kind of wax filled hollow points. So we'll start off with the 20 grains, I think, and yeah, we'll see how these perform. Obviously I'm going to have to aim up a little bit, as I'm guessing being a little bit heavier they're going to fall shorter. So let's zoom in on the target and yeah, see what these do. Right, so as you see from those, they group like a machine gun. They're completely different. We're not getting the same kind of accuracy as we would with those. So what we're going to do is just quickly swap off to the normal VMAX, and hopefully should be able to get a bit more on plate. Okay, so again, while we're just waiting for it to have a cool down, I'll just give you another quick walkthrough. Now, as I said at the start of the video, we do have the full fluted barrel, 16-inch barrel. Moving back, we've got the really, well, I absolutely love it. It's the grey laminate thumb hole stock. I've got a Harris bipod on the bottom and just a cheap BSA sling that I had just spare. And then up top we've got the Hawk Sidewinder, is kind of common practice with me at the moment, held on with sports match mounts. So quite a nice solid combination, one that I've bought over from the air rifle world. And yeah, so far superb rifle, absolutely love it. I think the next thing to be done with it will be a new trigger kit. Just me again looking for really lightweight triggers and things. The stock one on this is a little bit harder than what I'm used to, but still absolutely fine. No problems really accuracy wise. So that's pretty much all done. Light unfortunately starting to go, so I've decided to call it a day. Now the move to HMR, all of the powder burners and stuff, isn't us turning our back on where Replica Review started. We still will continue to do all the airgun side of things, but for me this was a new challenge. When it got to the point where I was able to hit 150 yard targets and 100 yards egg-size targets and stuff, it was getting a little bit kind of samey, and I needed some spice shooting up, and that's where my CZ has come in. Now I absolutely love it. I'm very much a novice. This is me learning to shoot pretty much again. there's certain characteristics, things I can bring across from air guns, but for me this is my new challenge that I needed to kind of get me back into the swing of things. Now, as I say, we will continue with the air guns. They will be back on the screens. I've got the Swiss Arms Protector, which is the Cybergun Uzi, at home. I've tried filming twice for it now to do the review, and they just haven't gone how I wanted them to. So I will get out, obviously, when the light's a little bit better, and get that sort of filmed and whatnot. Now, I will be doing more videos with this, the HMR. We will be moving into the realms of a little bit of pest control, nothing too kind of gory. I won't do close-ups of bodies and all the rest of it. But that's the direction that I'm going in, and that's the direction the shooting's going in. So it makes sense to try and kind of take the channel with us as such, have a journey. You guys can see me learn to shoot again, and laugh at me on the way, as I'm sure. Because yeah, I've gone back on the L plates. In fact, if I still had learner plates from when I learned to drive, I'd stick them on my fleece, just as something a little bit different. Be funny, wouldn't it? But anyway, if you want to see more from us, feel free to subscribe below. If you've liked the video, feel free to like it. If you disliked it, don't dislike it. Just go on and watch, you know, Freedom of the Bird or something. You can actually shoot. But yeah, if you want to see more from us as well, go over to our Facebook page. If you type in Replica Reviews in the search bar, we will pop up. And yeah, if it's your first time watching, feel free to check out the last video that we did previously. And if you have, as I say, if you enjoyed what you want to see, feel free to subscribe as well. But anyway, until our next video, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'm off to go and find some heat.